this looks a little different. I'm actually using the other camera for now. One, because I can't find the battery charger for it, so we're just gonna use the ADD, and also I just like having my zoom lens, so even though it's a little bit bigger, by which I mean a lot of bit bigger, because we're so used to the small cameras, just having the ability to essentially use the zoom lens to make the frame basically whatever I want, it does save a lot. It does cost me an extra stop of light, but it's water under the bridge. Welcome to today. Yeah, I like this camera a lot. I don't know why the M50 looks worse than this camera, because it shouldn't, but it does. Or the M50 looks better than this camera. This camera should look better than the M50, not the other way around, but it seems to, at least to my vision, to be the other way around. Couldn't really explain that one to you, but that's just the way things look, and here we are. We're getting on track. Welcome to today, welcome to Monday. I still don't know what's going on with the whole flooding situation, because I checked this morning at like 5:20 or so in the morning after I first made my way groggily down here, and I checked the SEPTA's website, and I saw that there was a thing that was like, hey, there's a detour, and I was like, great, but the real-time tracking information wasn't showing up like at all. Like the website was at least still live at that point though, so I assumed no buses were on the grid, and I was like, well, I don't know what's going on, so I'm just going to walk, because I have no idea whether or not I'm going to be able to take this bus. So I walked, and I made it in time, but when I was coming home to try to figure out what the correct bus was, the website wasn't loading at all. And at first I assumed it was my phone, but I've tried it on several different sources. I can't get the website to load at all. So I'm waking up extra early in tomorrow morning with the precaution of I have no idea if I'm going to be able to get out on time or not. So that's fun. And if you're wondering how does that affect your foot, then the answer is not very well. My foot did not really react kindly to this. I think the only reason I survived today was because I thought ahead and brought the ankle brace with me to start out the day. Used it pretty much all day, and I think it's the one thing that it kept me in one piece. It's just about it. And it was okay. Was in a little bit of pain, especially more early in the morning and then a little more in the late. But also because of the whole bus situation, I basically had to power walk down the hill. So I probably undid just about all of my resting I did over the weekend. Yay. The other thing that's troubling me a little bit today is just a little while ago on my MacBook behind me. What am I doing? I can zoom this out. The MacBook behind me. It's down there. I got a kernel panic on it a little while ago. Hello, kernel panic. Learn to talk. And that frightens me a little bit. It didn't exactly say what was wrong. It just I walked away for a while, and I wasn't even particularly doing anything, and then I came back and I saw it, and I was like, whoa. Because I would really not like to spend the money to buy a new iMac right now. That would kind of not on the list of the things I planned on spending money on immediately. I mean, I have been looking into it for a while, just because I did get this thing back. My MacBook is only slightly older than the vlog itself. That's how long I've been using this thing. The first vlogs were edited on this, and they're still edited on this, so yeah, that's simply how long I've been running my poor MacBook. And it has been a very good machine, and I still like it. And generally speaking, especially for the vlogs and whatnot, it's still able to handle everything perfectly fine. And I have no issues using it, but it has begun to show its age a little bit, and I've always been considering upgrading just because, I was always looking, and Apple did just unveil the new iMacs. And for those of you in the PC crowd who are wondering why I'm not considering moving to PC, I'm happy editing on iMovie. I have no intention on changing that. Which is the other thing, because we scroll back 4 months, 5 months on the vlog, go with the whole Final Cut debacle where I was like, well, I don't really feel like paying for Premiere anymore, and here I am invested in Final Cut, and I was like, yeah, see, this way I'll pay it outright, and then when I eventually move to a new iMac, I was considering doing this even all the way back then, it's like, well, I'll already have my editing software, and now here we sit in middle of August, don't really have the money to buy a new computer, but if this keeps giving out on me like that, again, it's only been the one time, so it might be okay, and I might be freaking out over nothing, but it still doesn't make me happy that that happened in the first place, because I mean, and like I was saying I don't know, maybe 2 weeks ago or so, that I just got a crash on Final Cut as well. Now that wasn't a kernel panic. It didn't cause the whole computer to crash, but Final Cut did crash. And those two rare occurrences happening pretty back to back is frightening me just a little bit. Obviously, and you know, 3's a pattern, but the third hasn't happened yet. Let's hope it. I was gonna say continues to not happen, but that's a really weird way of wording that. Whatever, continues to not happen. Hopefully my computer will stay fine. In the meantime, just gonna keep making sure I keep backups of everything. There's a reason I don't erase cards of anything until I have thoroughly made sure it's uploaded and everything. Actually, this is a funny story. Speaking of the old vlogs from February, this is actually the card that I started all this on. I erased this card when I put it in this camera. This was the first couple of vlogs where I was walking across the bridge and talking about moving to Final Cut in the first place. That's how long I keep some of this footage around for, by the way. I do keep it around for a seriously long time. Anyway, I've ranted on for like 6 minutes. Hopefully my computer will be okay. Hopefully my foot will be okay. You can tell which of these two, based on how much I've talked about them, I care more about as part of the computer. But I'm gonna head to bed because who knows if I have to repeat this process again tomorrow. Because right now it's looking like I will. Also, since I've talked a little bit about this, I filled out my bracket. This is what I'm going with right now. Give you a second to take this all in. Here's my hockey bracket. Guarantee 100% accuracy 0% of the time. Oh, sorry, one more thing. I updated it, so I put the number of games now. So, because that was the bonus round, and I did that after I recorded the previous clip. Now we're done. Guarantee it. This is the last thing for the night. I promise. I'm gonna go to bed. It's only like 11. Shh, it's fine.